Hello and welcome to A-Tech Reviews, folks. Today I'll be reviewing the DUNU Titan S2, and before I begin I just have a small announcement. I'm on Twitter right now, like X, people call it X nowadays, and I just will put a link to my profile down in the video description. If you guys want to follow me there, I just wanted to put it out there. I'll be sharing some early exclusive content there, like if I have an IM, I'm listening to it, I still didn't review it, I'm going to be posting frequency response graphs, share a few impressions, and if you have any suggestions or questions, or if you want me to do a specific comparison, that is the chance, you can let me know there. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. Initially I was not going to review this IM, just because I thought the review is going to be over quickly and it's a very simple one, but then no one reviewed it, so I thought, what the hell, let's go. So anyway, DUNU Titan S2, it's a single dynamic driver, it costs $79. It's coming in at a great competition. I was a very big fan of the DUNU Titan S, the original version, and in this review I will show you something about the Titan S2 quickly, and then I'll proceed to compare it with the original Titan S. Let's know if it's an upgrade or not. I will mention a few things about the Kefine Delci Tanchjim for you, and then I'll compare it to the EA500 LM because I think this is where the competition is going on. So let's begin. What do you get out of the box? Let's end this quickly. You get this case, which is exactly the case that comes with the DUNU Da Vinci. Let me get that. Pretty much it's the case that comes with the DUNU Da Vinci. I think it's also the same case that comes with the DUNU Falcon Ultra. A great case, like very roomy. You just carry it in your hand. It's not going exactly to fit in your pocket, unless you have like baggy shorts or something, but anyway, it's a great case, protective. And then what comes in the box, the accessories that come in with the box is what makes this IM competitive to me, because you literally get every accessory or ear tip you get with the DUNU Da Vinci, and on top of that you get some foam ear tips. Now, this alone raises the value proposition for me and makes this an insane choice to buy, because for $80 or $79, you're going to get a modular cable, a great sounding IM, and you're going to get like DUNU SNS. I'll post a picture of these accessories, candy ear tips and regular ear tips, silicone, and you even get a pair of foam ear tips. And maybe there's another ear tip, something like that. Like you have everything you need. So with that, like I always show this guys like FIO KA11, which is a simple dongle I use sometimes on the go if I'm not focusing on the high sound quality. And if you think about it, like $79 and almost 20 or 30, something like that, $100 around that, and you're done. You have every ear tip you need or going to need. You have a modular cable, and you have an excellent dongle, and you can start to enjoy your music. That's a beginner set, or that's just a good combo that I recommend. Speaking of the cable, it comes with this cable. First time for me to see this from DUNU. It's like fabric-like material on the outside. It's just like sleeved in this fabric-like material. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very good, and I know perhaps they did that to prevent the cable from being microphonic. I just prefer the regular material of the cables, but like this one, it ends at the cinch slider for the chin. It ends here, and then the cable changes. The material are changed for this like regular IM cable material. I don't know what you guys call it, but anyway, the fabric like lower half of the cable is actually pretty nice. You can see I can literally like wrap it around itself and it never tangles. You can see it's straight as an arrow. That makes listening very nice, actually. It's a long cable, and then you get a modular connection here, termination plugs, which it's a screw in, so I like that a lot. It's going to be staying in, it's never going to come off, and you just change it. It comes with 3.5, let me check that, like this one in the box, so you can use the one you like. In terms of the IM itself, you can see here how they look. This is going to be, it's a 2-pin by the way, and it's going to be subjective now. This part is going to be subjective. It's depending on your tastes, what you like. I think it looks fine. Like, it's definitely unique. Fit and comfort, perfect. I'll post a picture of the nozzle, diameter, and so on. And that's pretty much it. Great accessories package. Looks are unique. And let's begin to talk about the sound. Let's put up a sound frequency response graph of the sound so that we can have a look here. Now, what do we have here? Let's see. I will talk about my listening experience with it as well. Sub bass, I think I'm not detecting a lot of it. There is some, of course, which is a good amount. Sub bass is not available like a lot in the music anyway, but what's there is sufficient. I enjoy it. It's a small rumble, when the sub bass is heavy you can hear it, but for most of the time it's okay. Now, moving on to the mid bass. The mid bass is okay. It's done very well. Quality is good. Not that textured, but it's okay. I would describe it as okay. Much better than other IMs I have around this price range. I just wish it had more. Now, I know, I thought they would change, because the biggest complaint about the DUNU Titan S, not a complaint, like what people prefer to see, was very, very small boost. But don't let the graph fool you or anything. Like, that boost is good. It's not at the level I want it to be. It's not at the level where it satisfies me and I feel like I get all the bass I need. Like, I like, for my enjoyment, slightly more than that, sub bass and mid bass. But what's there is sufficient. Probably will be sufficient for most people. It's nice. It's okay, and that carries over. And it goes to the lower mid range, so it adds some thickness, some warmth. The lean sound that we have with the DUNU Titan S is gone. You get some warmth, some full-bodied musical presentation. You get some natural thickness to the instruments and to the vocals. Other than that, the vocals are fine, but then you start to go from the lower mid-range and carry on to the upper mid-range, and then I think this is the focus of this IM, because it's a mid-centric presentation, or a vocal-focused presentation, which means the focus of this IM is the vocals and the mid-range, and you get it very clear. Everything you hear is mostly these two things, which is surprising, because when I see a bass like that, you don't need to raise the mid-range a lot, because it will be easily perceived anyway, right? Usually, I like to see more mid-range when there's a lot of bass or something, so that at least things are equalized. But what's there is good. And the clarity, the vocal clarity, the detail, the mid-range separation and detail overall is excellent. But I have to say that to my ears, it's not shouty or anything, but it's what I would call on the edge. And let me explain what I mean by that. If I'm listening to an IM and I'm using mid-volume, if it is shouty at mid-volume, it is shouty IM. That is a shouty IM. But if it's not shouty at mid-volume, and it pushes the edge at high volume, maybe I would describe it as that. That's how I'll describe the DUNU Titan S2. It's not exactly shouty, but it gets too much at high volume. And I noticed a tendency for me to raise the volume with it, because the bass, is not that high. I want more bass, right? I feel the tendency. I'm reaching out to the volume knob of my amp and I'm increasing the volume. But then I find the mid-range is too much. So I would call the DUNU Titan S2 a mid-volume set. This is a set that you use with a middle amount of volume, medium. You're not going to be using high volume with it, because when you raise the high volume, the mid-range becomes too much. At least to my ears, that's my experience. And even that becomes more than the DUNU Titan S. That's my opinion about it. And what I mean is, for example, acoustic guitar strums, if at high volume, they become too much. Powerful voices like Sia and Adele, for example, if you raise the volume, it becomes a bit much. It's not shouty, just becomes edgy. Guys, edgy, it's on the edge, it's pushed easily at high volume. So if you have this, that's why I recommend it's going to be used at mid volume. And then the treble, I think it's very well extended, it's detailed, it has good amount of air and clarity, which enhances the presentation of the vocals and the mid-range overall, specifically the upper mid-range. Now, speaking about the detail, retrieval, the instrument separation, all these things, I think it's above average for the price. If I compared it to other IMs, I think it's above average. A lot of separation, a lot of detail retrieval, and it's better than the competition right here. Soundstage, average. This is one of those IMs where I say it's average. Nothing jumps at me or anything. Overall, at mid-volume, it's an excellent and well-tuned IM. For my preferences, I wish it had more bass. I wish the mid-range was toned down a bit, just slightly, so that with energetic genres of music, rock or like K-pop and J-pop, even EDM, when I'm listening to it, it could be just, slightly, acceptable. That's how I would say it. So that if I raise the volume, I don't find these issues. Hip-hop, great tune set. You will listen to a lot of detail and a lot of vocals here. You'll enjoy it a lot. So with that said, let's begin about the comparison segment of this video. Comparison against the DUNU Titan S, the original version. How do I think the differences are? The DUNU Titan S is a very lean sounding IEM. Presentation is a bit neutral, but it's very lean. You don't get that low end to my ears a lot, and that makes me miss a lot of the frequencies that going on. Still, it's great for vocals, and I used it for vocals for a long time. It's excellent. But the main difference, if you look at the graph, you'll find the 4 to 6K area. You'll find that the DUNU Titan S, at least to my ears, have that better quality. Like, it's starting a downward slope. It's going down. It's not increasing from the 4 to 6K area. And I'm not the only one speaking about this. I found other reviewers also sharing my opinion about them. Jatis is a great reviewer, and he also shares that opinion. I agree with him. Most of the IMs I like have a downward slope from 4 to 6K, makes many IMs tolerable, makes things not that in your face, not like shouty or energetic. You can raise the volume and enjoy it, and so on. Of course, I advocate for safe volume, but I mean, even mid volume, it makes it tolerable with a large degree. But if you look at the DUNU Titan S2, you will find it's going in the opposite direction, and that's what I'm hearing when I start raising the volume slightly over mid volume. That's what I'm hearing, I think. And I like that the DUNU Titan S, the original version, started going down after 3K. Other than that, as I said, the DUNU Titan S is a bit neutral, it's a bit lean. The DUNU Titan S2 is a bit warm. It has more weight in the low end. It's an improvement, an upgrade in every way. And when we move on to the detail retrieval, the instrument separation, the soundstage, and all these things, DUNU Titan S2 is a big step up over the DUNU Titan S. When I got the DUNU Titan S2, I thought to myself, like, is this like a retuning? Did they just do some analog EQ in it? But when I listened to them, like, I'm 99% sure this is a different driver. Like, the jump in sound quality is big, at least at this price we're talking about. Moving on, let's compare it to the Kefine Delci and Tanchjim for you atmosphere mode. And the first thing you will notice is the amount of bass, especially the Kefine Delci has. Like, I think it's awesome. Sub bass and mid bass, that's where my preferences lie. And I wish the DUNU Titan S2 had that, but maybe they want it to be like, for a wider audience, so they didn't do that. But anyway, Delci and Tanchjim for you has more bass, and if you look at the area from 4K to 6K, that's where I prefer the tuning to be. Like, I think the DUNU Titan S2 is very vocal focused or mid-range focused, and it gets higher. Tanchjim for you and Kefine Delci are a bit lower, and I like that. Of course, the 8K at the Kefine Delci is different, and you get the Tanchjim for you, like the upper treble is a bit different. But overall, if I have to choose, I still have to choose the DUNU Titan S2 over both of them, because when I listen, there's a big jump in sound quality when I compare both of them. Like, if you have the Kefine Delci and Tanchjim for you, or one of them, and you want to upgrade, is the DUNU Titan S2 an upgrade in sound quality alone? Yeah, 100% yes. And the difference in sound quality, it's not like huge or anything, but there's a big difference. Like, the moment you put it in your ear, yeah, this is a more expensive IM immediately. It's a very good jump in sound quality. Yeah, that's what I have to say about them. Moving on, I'm going to compare it to the Simgot EA500 LM. Now, another single DD IM. And let's look at the graphs and see what's the difference here. You can see, like, from the graph, like, minimal differences, like, except the sub bass that the EA500 has, which is awesome. I will tell you what I hear from my ear. Honestly, the difference in tonality is almost none. Like, except that sub bass, I cannot hear a lot of differences, except a very small, slight upgrade in detail retrieval and instrument separation and soundstage on the DUNU Titan S2. Again, the difference is slight, but it is there. Other than that, they're almost like, honestly, they're like the same. There's nothing else I could say about it, like except the sound. I compared it heavily, like I listened here and here. That's why I didn't want to do this review, because I thought like the differences are not huge. It's another option. Like the DUNU Titan S2 is another option with a slight better detail retrieval, instrument separation, but even the mid-range is there. And some of you guys ask me, like, did I have issues with the EA500 LM? Did I feel that the mid-range is a bit too energetic? Yeah, I did. I said that, but I forgave it because of the price. And here, I'm just telling you guys, and you decide. Like, if you want to listen at high volume, you will not like the DUNU Titan S2. At least that's my experience. But if you're going to listen at mid-volume, it's an excellent set. And I don't detect any harshness, shoutiness, or anything like that. It's very detailed. It's awesome sounding. And yeah, that's it. It's of course, the value proposition of the DUNU Titan S2 is much better than the EA500 LM. At least the cable alone, which is modular, gives you 3.5 and 4.4, so you have a lot more options. And in terms of the ear tips, man, this is the ear tips that come with a $300 IM like the DUNU Da Vinci. So the value proposition, if someone is asking me which one should I get, I will just, recommend the DUNU Titan S2 alone based on that. Although the EA500 LM sounds excellent as well. If you have the EA500 LM, is it a smart choice to upgrade to the DUNU Titan S2? I think that's a side grade. That's a definition of a side grade right here. That is a side grade. That's how you do it. You jump to something slightly better, similar tonality, similar everything else. But it's an upgrade, of course, in terms of accessories and so on. That's it, guys. That's what I wanted to share. Wow, this video is not short like I thought it would. So anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And like and subscribe if you like my content. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.